Looks like a Pokemon Escape episode. Back to the swamp, jaws and all.
There must have been a bit of mud in the box.
Although he's stuck. Oh, he's turning the other way. That's not good.
In just a few seconds, these little ones are about to experience their home for the very first time.
Come on, water. You better. Water.
Two, one. Go. That's good, Joe.
Behind. Many volunteers admit these moments move even the toughest among them, and it's easy to see why.
Previously trapped African gray parrots are released to their home in Cameroon.
This white pelican, all tagged up and fully recovered from a wing injury, absolutely delighted the crowd during its release. It was like it forgot all about the wild and just enjoyed stretching its wings, with all the cameras snapping away.
Ready?
Come on out, Birdie. Come on out.
Oh.
Come on out, pretty boy. Come on, Snowballs and Snowflake. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Back to the water. These penguins were released near Algoa Bay, now a marine protected area and critical for the species' survival.
Carefully exploring their natural surroundings, one step at a time. Meet Millie, the alligator who's finally heading home to her natural habitat in the great state of Georgia.
Nak lepaskan monyet. Okey, lepas tengok. Nanti dia serang you. Mana? Tak nak keluar dia. Dia sudah biasa. Nanti dia serang you lah. Hati-hati. Biar dia keluar sendiri. Oh, lajunya
Imagine
dia.
how long this little guy had been waiting for this moment.
Sudah naik.
करो करो करो
Video बना लियो.
हाँ जी आ रहे चलो जी
Back to wild cardio. Back to the wild, exactly where this little scavenger thrives. Three orangutans go where they belong. Launching into the air, fishing career resumed.
Wait a minute. I'm a kid. I know. No, it was a tight squeeze. Oh!
There we go. Got it, guys. You're ready. A big win for ocean rescue. Back to the waves where they're safe. Basically, nature's living pancake. Cleaning crew of the wild, back in business. Wild mustangs run free across endless plains.
Watch out
A rehabilitated pigeon gets its release back into the wild.
There you go! There you go, guys!
They're survivors, but even survivors need help sometimes. This might be a wildcat, but it proved that even they get zoomies.
It's no secret that felines are some of the most independent and free-spirited animals out there, and the big cats are no exception. Watch how these noble creatures embrace their newfound freedom. This 3-year-old grizzly bear was caught in a village near a forest where it had been looking for food, causing some panic among the locals. After being captured, the Montana authorities brought it back to its natural habitat, where it took off without a second glance.
Raised in controlled conditions, released at the perfect size. This is how modern wildlife management works.
Doing a good thing for the environment.
उठा सावकाश उठा काय ना तिको अटॅक करचो ना सोड तू सोड 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 चपडी मास शिवकर आणि फाटी ओढ वयतले सोड सोड
These bear cubs spent the winter at the Montana Wildlife Center and are now being released. They quickly remember this is home and dash off to explore their surroundings. This condor stretches out its powerful wings, almost as if it's checking each feather, and makes a few adjustments to ensure they're strong. It's a truly magnificent moment to watch.
This great horned owl, orphaned at birth, is ready to fly on its own. Back into the open sky, wings.
Right towards you guys.
A spring bald eagle takes over the... The seals in that area are not happy right now.
Probably set him down right here and let him go. He's really mad.
Picked up from an HOA neighborhood and very vocal about it, this guy wasted no time making a getaway.
He needs to go to the creek behind the...
Just a little guy now, but one day, top of the food chain.
But eventually, they all make their way to the rocks to start their new lives. This is what true freedom looks like.
A raptor gets back to flapping and loving it. From holding pens to open range, this is what these guys really live for. That's me leaving work on a Friday. A couple of cheetahs finally get a chance to run free. This sloth bear fell into a well on a rainy night in India, but the real danger came during the rescue. With no tranquilizers and no margin for error, it was released under extreme risk. Releasing it was a gamble, but it paid off. Nearly 100 wild horses were released in Nevada after roundup and fertility control. Here, it's not just about letting them go, it's about letting them stay. And suddenly, every cowboy movie feels jealous. The parkour champion of monkeys gets his freedom.
Come on. Go.
Small, armored, and surprisingly quick, this armadillo paused for a second, then scurried straight into the brush.
Go.
That's how you release them without anything. Just a bucket. Here, come on.
African penguins joyfully waddle straight into the waves. Another cuddle with a eucalyptus tree, safe and free again.
That must feel good. Free elephant.
Make sure your flashes off.
Off you go.
And he's off.
Once used for trekking, Kum Min walked over 100 kilometers to a new home in the Thai jungle. The chains are off. He's no longer a worker. He's part of a herd again. This 4.7-meter Tomistoma was raised in captivity and weighed nearly 500 kilograms. Now, he's returning to the wild with a bang. Playful trumpets and big ears flapping, freedom never looked cuter. Graceful
This condor was released at the stunning Vermilion Cliffs in Arizona. Watch as this
A common raven gets a not-so-common release into the wild. Toronto Wildlife Center helps free a red-necked grebe.
Don't, dude. He is. Dude, if you're letting him go, he's gonna take off. We're at it. Get out! Yeah! Get out of there! Just, he's taking out. Whoa! Yep. Here, let me block. Let me. Wow. You really want to?
Aggressive, hissing, and totally done with humans, this raccoon made letting go a full-body workout.
Watch yourself, Joe. I got an attack over there. Get out of there. Goodbye.
You know, because Joe did it.
That mother.
That's so sick. You can't take sick.
Pick him up, let him go. Let him go. There you go, buddy. Hey, no. Hold my legs, Ryan. Hold my legs.
These guys worked so hard to release the wolf, only for it to run away with a stick. Don't worry, he got out of it.
He'll get out of it. As soon as he stops and turns his head.
Sliding back into the wild. Just watch your toes. From trapped in a truck for hours to the open savanna in seconds, these elephants are well on their way to a peaceful life.
2, 3.
An injured and rehabilitated snowy owl returns to the freedom of the skies.
Telling me to piss off? I'll let you go, alright? Chuck it in here.
This bearded dragon is like, stop with the TikTok already and let me go.
Off you go. There she goes.
He got translocated and is now heading for deer yoga. Looks like Sonic forgot his shoes.
In India.
This young eagle recovered from an injury and was ready to go, but the crate apparently didn't get the memo. A missed zip tie changed the plan, but not the result.
Down to 3. All right, 1, 2, 3.
Somewhere, a drone just got jealous.
Right where I aimed. Look at that. Look at that.
Your last, dude. Once you're out, you can go to the outdoors. Go back in.
Celebrating Pat's first birthday in the wild. Rescued after his nest collapsed, he's now soaring free. Happy first birthday, Pat!
Evangelho.
1 million racing pigeons were released in Portugal. Yes, 1 million.
Com quaralho, tonto.
Some overdressed surfers get their freedom.
I'm that way, guys.
Fitted with a GPS tracker, this alligator is now part of a University of Georgia study. The device logs his location every hour, so yeah, he's basically on Find My Reptile. Bounding into freedom with speed and grace. This bobcat almost can't believe he's back in the wild.
여기 안에도 이쪽 와자.
जाता
Captured near human settlements, this croc was safely released in remote Andaman waters. Back in its element forever. The skies again.
1, 2, 3. Another one straight for the crowd.
This weasel was almost growing impatient. Raspberry, a female giant Pacific octopus, was returned to Puget Sound after her stay in human care. They're solitary, smart, and hard to say goodbye to, but she's exactly where she belongs. Tiny roommates placed gently back in their burrow.
Hey, look. Look.
Keep an eye on this little bobcat as it takes a moment to realize that freedom is just a few steps away. Then, in the blink of an eye, it dashes into the forest, leaving its old life in captivity behind for good.
He didn't even say goodbye.
On November 17, 2009, the team from the Cheetah Conservation Fund released a female cheetah and her 2 cubs. They had fully recovered and were ready for life in the wild. Their love for freedom comes from Mother Nature, but the hard work of the Foundation staff will make it possible for them to survive.
Ноги уберите оттуда.
A monitor lizard slowly crawls back into the wild.
Watch as these amazing creatures experience freedom for the first time.
The wild's fastest sprinter is home again. Pigeons released at the International Barcelona Pigeon Race. For the first time in over 400 years, a beaver is back in Plymouth. This 20-kilogram male was relocated from Scotland and released into a specially built urban rewilding enclosure. After 4 months of rehab, this orphan cub was released back into the wild. Slithering back into the grass, blending in instantly. She ran like she knew it.
হাত দিন ওরা নিজেরা
সামনে হাতাই নেন না কারণ ছবিতে
ওরা নিজেরা ইয়ে করে।
Rare footage of an albino slow loris being released back into the wild.
Hey there, we're out here under the old Youngs Bay Bridge. They've released 3 white pelicans.
These pelicans can finally get back to graceful swimming.
Of our wonderful staff and volunteers at the Wildlife Center of the North Coast. We've had them since around July 1st.
A majestic crawl back into the swamp on release day. One of the rarest cats in North America is finally free. After 6 months of rehab, 21 hedgehogs were finally strong enough for release in Romania's Comana Natural Park.
Fall upside down. There we go. There we go, girl. There we go.
After a year in captivity to get healthy, this girl gained twice her body weight and slithered back into her habitat without a hitch.
This caiman was released after being tagged and checked by a vet as part of a population control study. It was clearly ready for this moment and hurried back to its natural habitat, trying to ignore everyone around.
Wash.
Check out this whale shark, rescued and finally returning to the ocean.
After suffering neurological damage, this double-crested cormorant dives into the water, wings ready to work again. Once nearly wiped out, every release of the Mexican wolf like this helps.
For the humans, it was a spectacle. For the wild horses being released, it was hope restored.
It's really great for our team to be involved in the first release.
You can't imagine how long they've been rehearsing this moment. This hyena might not look too excited, but trust me, it's better than rehab. This bald eagle was grounded with a wing injury. Now, after surgery and rehab, it's flying again near the Mississippi River. Every step is slow, but every step is freedom. Over 500 doves were released during a field trip in California, a rare, beautiful sight. It's like watching peace take flight. 500
Ready?
From a loggerhead turtle to a green sea turtle getting to swim in the wild again. Dory, a rehabbed harbor pup seal, looked back like she needed confirmation. I really get to go?
She'll let him go, he'll take a couple steps and he'll open up like right about here.
Okay.
An endangered condor gets another shot at life.
There we go. Take it off for a little bit.
Nature's tiniest sprinter just clocked in.
Ini siapa Mas Dharma?
Indah.
This monkey was rescued from the entertainment trade, trained to dance for tourists. But his wild instincts never left him. They were just waiting for a chance to matter again.
in Margate, UK. She was taken to a rehabilitation center, and these images capture the heartwarming moment she was released back into the sea. Watch as Dolly swims toward freedom, leaving her tough past behind. A pair of beavers, a mom and her baby, were moved from a village to a spring in Wyoming. They didn't seem bothered by the move and immediately started exploring their new home.
It's finally free.
This predator tried to attack a man out of fear. At first, it didn't realize it had been set free and kept defending itself. But once it understood it could escape, it dashed straight for freedom.
Where you going now? Давай, все. Не бойся. Выходи. Давай. Отлично. Давай, давай, давай. Молодец. Вот ты хороший. Так. Ну что, не до конца полиняла еще.
This seal pup was brought to the Mata Mata shelter in Russia in really bad shape. Thankfully, it was nursed back to health, taught how to fish on its own, and returned to its home in the White Sea.
Пузыречки.
А где, интересно, было?
Вон.
А, да.
Пузырьки же видно было.
These young male saigas were bred in Russia's Liman district to help restore a vanishing species. You're watching one of the rarest antelope species returning to a land they nearly disappeared from. And hopefully, not for the last time. And yes, probably heading straight for someone's coffee beans.
Ты тоже? О! One out. There you go. There you go.
Meet Pigeon and Amber, two sea lions finally set free in the ocean after being rescued. After everything.
This bobcat was taken into rehab after a traumatic vehicle accident and returned to the wild after surgery, healthy, alert, and ready to bolt. The Blackfeet Nation released wild buffalo back onto tribal lands. The last of the bison to survive the slaughter of the 1800s were captured and sent to Canada, so it's only fitting for their descendants to live here too. A couple deer get a much-needed date with nature.
This koala is finally heading home after getting some much-needed care. Watch as it quickly realizes it's time to say goodbye and gives its rescuers one last look, almost like a thank you for all their help.
Hey, buddy.
Look at that, you guys.
I know. All right. Where are you gonna go, bud?
Big guy.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, he does look like a turkey.
All right, you ready? He's like, yes, I am. Oh, everybody hang on just a little bit so we can give the bird some space.
They're scavengers, but vital ones. This one's back on the job. Bison returning to the wild in majestic fashion. Scientist Tammy L. Brunt released this young male platypus after collecting health and tracking data. This little guy did not want to stick around for one more minute.
After a long rehabilitation, this monkey finally reunites with its family. It's impossible not to feel something as you watch its relatives hurry to welcome it back like a long-lost family member. The scene is filled with warmth, affection, and pure joy.